Welcome everyone to the 143rd canned workouts. So this is a pre-recorded one which will be scheduled, well you should know about it because you're already watching it, for next Tuesday, or this Tuesday. I really need to get my tense right. Anyway, so let's go onto the main screen. So good morning everyone, I hope everyone's alright. I hope everyone's going to be using this as well quite nicely. It's an upper body, shoulder and back workout. We're going to be using dumbbells. I've got two different sorts there. I've got two different sorts of bands as well. I've got my circular one and an ordinary one. Okay, so you can use either. You can use any kind of bands you want. The smaller bands, if they tend to be just over your waist, they're probably going to be long enough, but the longer ones up to your shoulders are preferable. Right, and also we're going to need the mat and water. Right, so let's not dilly-dally, let's just get straight into it. So I'm going to move the mat out of the way. If you find that you need a chair instead, please do not hesitate to use a chair for some of these exercises, because a lot of the time when I'm actually personal training people and I notice that they are hyperextending the back or leaning over, I will recommend they either go up against the wall or sit down. So especially with the half bows, big wave, Arnold Press, even the low and high banded rows, we will be sat down on the floor. If you want to sit down on a stool or a chair or a bench, please do. Don't let me dictate how you feel comfortable. Right, so I think what we should do is get straight into it. Start the warm up. Right, so what we're going to do, full bounce. We're going to go arms at 45-degree angle. Sorry, 90-degree angle, not 45, that'll be 45. We're just going to go up and down. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Right, we're just going to let our arms go floppy now. Just going to let them flop around. So just move them around, just trying to get the joints working. Let's just try and flop them up. That's it. Nice arcing motion. And we're going to do more into a control motion now. So we're going to start using the muscles instead of just using momentum. That's it, good. Right, let's bring those shoulders back, so elbows up, round those shoulders back, really get these shoulder blades back and down as you're really bringing your shoulders and elbows back, almost like you're trying to row a really big boat. Don't mind me, I always put a bob into a lot of things, you don't have to. Right, we're going to change direction now, so we're going to go back and forward. So shoulder blades down and back, up and forward. Try and work those agonist muscles and antagonist muscles. It's what you've just done. Excellent, good. Right, shake it off. Bet your shoulders are feeling a little bit tight now already. So we're just going to roll them nice and easy. That's it. Almost like you're trying to look hip and happening going down the street. You know, anyone dressed like this has to walk like this down the street. Right, now we're going to go up into high prayer and down. Get those arms. Try and get those arms nicely back. So shoulder blades back again and up. So really trying to get that facilitation of the muscles and the movement of your shoulder blades. That's it, good. Keep it working. need a drink actually because my throat. So just what I want you to do now, march in the spot. Sorry, I need to have a drink because I've just done a class. And ever since my double vaccination, since the first vaccination I've had, my throat goes really quickly, all the time. Don't know why, no one knows. So right, what we're just going to do, push forward with one hand, push forward with the other hand. Slight little twist. Excellent, good. Alright, you're feeling warmer? I know I am. I'm feeling as though my shoulders are really working. Right, let's test it actually, let's test it. So we're going to go hands down to the side, we're going to go up, and see if you can get your hands above your head and back down again, without too much juddering, clicking, or feeling a little bit stiff. If you do, tell me where you go. Do you stop there? If you stop there, that's your rotator cuff. You need to start working on a little bit more of warming up. So if your arms do feel as though they're stopping there, in the first exercise, use no weight whatsoever. So it's going to be an extended warm up for you. Anyone else who can get their arms up? Brilliant. So right, we're going to start off with some dumbbells. Or no dumbbells if you're actually if you're having problems with your rotator cuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our arms up into an L shape. Try and keep that tummy tight. No leaning back, no leaning forward. And we're just going to bring those down to just about shoulder height. It looks like it's below shoulder height with the camera. It's not. We're going to go back up again. Nice and easy. We're just going to be working the rotator cuff and the shoulder joint. So what we're doing, so we're going up in line with the ears and down again. If you notice, a lot of the time I always say try and keep the elbows in front of the shoulders, but because we're actually just working the rotator cuff, this is the exercise we actually need to actually work it. As long as you're not actually trying to pull back, and you shouldn't be pulling back, you should just be rotating it in its socket.
1. Change.
Excuse me. Right, we're going to go to a band. So I'm going to start off with a single band. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab hold of it and then loop it over one foot. So I'm going to bend over, hips back,
3,
hand grabbed about halfway down my shin. I'm going to pull up to get my hand to my waist. Try and get that shoulder blade back. Okay? And then halfway through at 20 seconds, well, we'll change about 23 seconds. We'll change over to the other foot. And let's go. Try and do it quickly, because then you should be able to get back and do it for the same number of seconds. So try and keep that same position. Really just squeeze that shoulder blade
3,
at the top.
2, 1, change.
Right, big wave, new exercise for this. Sorry, really dry throat. Right, we're going to do an L shape with our hands, one up and one down, one at shoulder height. What we're just going to do is swap it, so it's almost like you're trying to do semaphore or a big wave,
Exercise
but we want it under control. So you can see my palm is facing upwards when it's outstretched. I'm not flopping from side to side. I'm trying to keep really nicely upright. What I'm doing is actually working the shoulder. I'm also working the rotator cuff as well to try and keep it nicely warmed up. Try and get that arm up to your ear. 10 seconds. You'll find this hard even with light weights.
3,
2, 1. Brilliant. Right, we're going to do bent over reverse flies. I'm going to stay with this weight. So we're going to get into the bent over position again. So hips back, feet shoulder width apart, weights in front of us. What we're going to do is bring it out to the side, clench those shoulder blades together, so down and back,
Exercise
the back,
1.4.
and nicely control back. Try and keep those arms nice and straight. Try not to go backwards into an echelon shape. You're not a Harrier jump yet. You can twist your hands out if you want, like pinky fingers up. That will actually further develop your rotator cuff, and also will help if you've got tennis elbow.
Change.
Right, next exercise. So Arnold press. So I'm going to go to the. Oh no, I'm going to stick with these at the moment because at the moment I'm trying to just instruct. So we're going to keep the weights in front. So again, L shape, in front of your eyes, elbows down. We're going to go out to the side, not fully to the side. So your elbows slightly in front of your chest. Push up, down, and back again. So side, up, down, front. Nice and easy. Try and do it in like a nice fluid motion. Well, slightly stilted now, I know it is, but try not to round it up, because that will encourage you to actually round your back as well. That's what I found anyway personally.
1. Change.
Right, high-low banded rows. High-low banded row. I'm going to use the orange one. That's going to be hard. No, it's going to be harder for the top one. So I'm going to leave that actually. I'm going to get down on the floor, put the band over my feet.
2. 1.
Grab hold of it,
Exercise 1.6.
shin, mid shin. You'll put hands to the waist, elbows in, and then elbows up like chicken wings. Waist, chicken wings. Try and look forward, lean back a little bit, not too much. The top movement for the high row, that's the harder one. So you might find that your fatigue there a lot faster than the bottom one.
3, 2, 1. Change.
Great, right, dumbbell front to lateral raises. Right, so again, back to the dumbbells. So stand feet either shoulder width apart or slightly together. If you want more of a stability core exercise, put your feet really together.
3.
Or you can stand on top of each other, but you've got to be careful with that one.
Exercise 1.6.
What we're going to do is we're going to bring our dumbbells out to the front, straight arms, then out to the side and down again. Then up to the side, down to the front, down. So you're not rounding your back, as you go forward. Trying to keep nicely upright, Sergeant Major style. And down. Nice and even motions, restricting that momentum. Try and keep those shoulder blades down as well.
3, 2, 1.
Excuse me again. So water break time, have your water. What is a good thing is normally if you can get a piece of paper, put down the number or the name of the exercise. Try and count how many you do in that 40 seconds. And sometimes you don't have to do it with a timer, then you can actually just see how many you've done and try and do that, or maybe one more if you do your own exercises, if you follow it. So if you did 10 half bows, try for 11, 12. If you go above 15 to 20, I would encourage you to actually go up a weight. Only if you have correct technique. If your technique's sloppy, you can actually lift a lot more weight, but you can damage yourself a bit more. So we've got to be careful of that. Right, so dumbbell time. So people who have started off with no dumbbells, get your dumbbells or your cans. Make sure they're not too heavy. I'm using the same ones all the way through because it's easier than keep chopping and changing.
3, 2,
So up into the L shape.
exercise 2.1.
Let's go forward. Just eye height, well, shoulder height and down. So I'm not leaning back, not leaning forward. I forgot to count, I was going to count. 3, 2, 1.
Change.
Excellent, good, let's change. So this time I'm going to use my ring band and I'm going to step on it with both feet. This way it's a lot faster to actually change because all I have to do is just change my hand over.
3, 2.
But I do have to keep my legs a little bit straight so my bum has to go a little bit further back out. So it's just the same motion still, but I find this more effective for me because I like a really good strong low row pull. And change over now. See how easy that was? You can do that with a band, especially if it's a band which goes up to your shoulders. You've got a lot more leeway with that. If you only have a short band, then you have two of them, tie them together.
1. Change.
Brilliant, right, let's change exercises. Arnold Press. Oh no, bent over. Go. I'm getting all of them mixed up now. Big wave. So remember, it's L shape, palm up.
1. Exercise 2.3.
So they do the big wave. Nice and easy. If you find that you are going backwards or forwards, you can always sit down, but it takes the core out of the equation. So you're isolating your shoulders only. You're not getting that. I'm finding it harder actually. Because I like my core activation.
3, 2, 1.
Brilliant.
Change.
Right. Bent over reverse fly, so we'll use the dumbbells again. So again with this one, bottom back, always bottom back, so you've got the centre of gravity in between your feet. That's why I like my weight just in front of my knees. And if you're going backwards, your weight's got to go forwards, which means you lean forward. Now if you really wanted to activate your core at the same time, you can do alternate sides, which normally means that you can actually do a slightly heavier dumbbell. About 5% extra normally if you do it singles
3,
weight at a time.
2, 1.
But it's a really good one
Change.
for core exercise that. Right, Arnold Press. Number 5 next, Arnold Press. A lot of these are basically in an L shape. Maybe I should have called it the L exercises, because they are actually all
3,
derived into an L.
1.
Right,
Exercise
so up in the
2.5.
front of your eyes, to the side, push up, down, together, created by Arnie himself. He probably took it from someone else and just named it himself, I don't know. He could have invented it completely himself. If you've never read his book, his autobiography about well, I can't remember actually what it's called. I'll Be Back or something. But his autobiography, which came out,
2,
really interesting.
1. Change.
Not just only about bodybuilding, but about everything. About his business acumen as well. Right, high and low banded rows. Like can't help sounds. It just it's so poetic. Actually, no, because the moment my tennis elbow's flaring up, don't want to do high rows with these heavy bands. High low rows. Let's go. High low. High low. Come on, you can sing along now. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Yeah, okay, I'll stop it now. 3, 2, 1. Until I get the next song in my heart. Right, last exercise with this set. Front to lateral raises. Again, with this one, you can actually do it single-sided. That'll get your core working as well. So I'm going to count them. 1. I tend to count that as 1, and this is 2, because it is actually a different movement. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
3, 2,
10.
1.
So I could have done probably 11. Water break time. I could have probably done 11. So that's actually pretty good for endurance. If I wanted to do more weight training, hypertrophy, so basically increasing the mass of the muscles, I might actually have, I can actually increase that. If I can get down to 8 reps, so I'm slowing it down a little bit with heavier weight, that would actually increase my muscle mass a little bit more. So you can even add that into it. Sorry, I'm fascinated by a spider in my window making a web. Right, so shake those arms off. Try and get a little bit of feeling back. Pull those shoulder blades back and forward. Just to release some of that tension you're probably getting with the shoulder exercises, but also feel how tight your muscle is, just especially around the girdle. Just there. Really nicely strong. Feels good. Right, so we're going to do the half bow. Get your weights back.
2, 1. Exercise 3.
And half bow. 1, 2. I'm just counting for myself. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, I've actually done 10 there, but I wouldn't want to put too much weight on doing this exercise because the muscles you're using are tiny. They're absolutely tiny, so I wouldn't overload any kind of rotating muscles whatsoever. You're there just to try and actually encourage them to keep your arms, your shoulders stable. Right, banded bent over rows. So how are you doing with this? You can, as I said, you can actually use the two-footed technique with an ordinary band.
Exercise 3.2.
It's distinctly up to you. Also, I like to put my hand on my knee as well. Gives me a bit of stability also when I'm bending over. 4, 5, 6. Excellent. I've done 6. I'm going to swap over and we'll do 6 on the other side. A bit faster on this side. 6. I'm going to swap to the other one again. And I can just keep swapping until I get
3, 2, 1. Change.
So you can do whatever you want. So if you find that you're doing 6 on one side but 8 on the other, you will be actually growing one side faster than the other. So you've got to be careful of that one. Right, bent over flies.
3.
If you can trap a fly in your dumbbells when you're doing this,
Exercise 3.3.
brilliant. You're like Mr. Miyagi. Nice and easy. If it clangs together like that, use momentum. One small tap is all you need. You don't even have to tap together. I tap OCD tap thing. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Change.
Brilliant. Right. Do we need the weights? Yes, we're going to do Arnold Press. Again, if you want to do this single-sided, it does feel a bit odd, but it will work your core a lot more as well.
Exercise 3.4.
You could even, if you're clever, you could even alternate sides. But basically that takes a lot more brain power than I've got. Try and keep those dumbbells when they're down about eye height. Five seconds.
3, 2, 1. Change.
Brilliant. Right, high and low banded rows again.
3, 2, 1.
So remember, grab hold,
Exercise
mid shin,
3.5.
waist, chicken wings. So try and go on the side of the head, because even if the bands do break, bands can break, they're only rubber for a start. If your hands are actually at the side, you're not going to smack yourself in the face. Or if you do, it's going to be a glancing blow. Now if you pulled them right up, ow, that actually hurt. That actually hurt my elbows. Both of them, not the tennis elbow as well.
Three,
2, 1.
change.
Shoot the band across the room. Sorry. Really dry throat now. Right, so dumbbell front to lateral raises.
3,
So I'm going to go a little bit heavier with this one.
exercise 3.6.
This is going to be a lot more painful because it's actually more than a 5% increase. It's actually a 30% increase. So it's a lot heavier. But you've got to still try and not use momentum. Now, doing it one way, you could lift an awful lot just doing a front raise like that. But going out slowly to the side and then down again, a lot of people find the side one a lot harder because you're actually using the medial
1,
deltoid.
change.
Oh, have we missed one? Did we miss? Big wave! We missed the big wave! Right, sorry about that. Missed the big wave. As I always say,
3,
it wouldn't be my stream
1.
if I didn't have a mistake.
Exercise 3.7.
Big wave. You can even do a single bicep curl if you want. That actually hurts my tennis elbow, so I won't be doing that again. Right, so remember, especially when you get fatigued, don't overarch. I found that basically because I was actually concentrating on actually doing the bicep curl, I've started overarching, so then tightening my tummy again and my
Water
glutes.
break.
Solved it. Right, water break time, and then into double core. So what we're going to do is we're going to do plank shoulder taps. We've got 30 of them, and then 20 pulses on a side plank either side. That's it, so we're going to do that twice. Just get yourself hydrated. Need some of Andy Serkis's Gollum juice for my throat, I think. Really, I'm sorry. Right, so plank taps. Well, I'll explain it in a minute. From now, because I'll be using the timer to actually set the chapters. Right, so plank taps. What we'll be doing is we're getting down to a plank position. High plank. So hands underneath your shoulders. I tend to screw my hands out a little bit so they're pointing not to 45 degrees but between the 45 and 80, so about 60 degrees. And what I'm going to do is get into a
2, 1. Call 3 times 2.
I'm going to get into a high plank. If you can't find that difficult, go down to your knees, but you need to keep your bottom in between your shoulder and your knees. Don't push back like that. I see a lot of people do that. It's a natural thing to do. Try and keep over your hands. Otherwise, you won't be doing the exercise properly. So I'm going to keep up. And what we're just going to do is try and lean our weight over to one side and then tap the opposite shoulder. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, are you ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, breathe, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Excellent. Remember you to breathe then, because a lot of people don't. So we're going to get into the side plank position with this. Hand underneath your foot on the floor, elbow underneath your shoulder. Harder version is one foot on top of the other. Easier version is, doesn't matter which way around it is, one foot in front of, behind the other like that, and that will increase your base. But wherever your leading foot heel is, your bottom should be in line between that and your shoulder. So don't stick it out, don't stick it forward. We're going to do 20 pulses up and down. We're going to get up, we're going to go 1, 2. So whenever it gets to the top, we're going to count at that point. Are you ready? And let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Let's swap round to the other side. Same again. You can have your hand flat, you can have your hand fisted like that. Doesn't matter. I'm going to do the easy step again, but next time we do it, I'll be doing it in the harder one. You ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I find that with these, I've got stuck to the mat. There's a great big indentation in my elbow. That's because my elbow gets stuck right into the mat. Sometimes it hurts, so I just double or triple over the mat. I can put it on, it's more comfortable that way. Right, so let's go back to the shoulder planks taps. You ready? Your bottom will rise up a little bit. Try and not stick it right up into the air though. Are you ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Right, straight into the side plank pulses. So my feet are on top of each other. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20. So we're on the other side now. I'm spinning around like this so I can actually always be looking at the camera. You can just face the other direction. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Brilliant. Right, cool down time. One thing I will mention is a lot of people have problems with side planks. What I would recommend is try and do 30 seconds just holding the plank on either side every night before you go to bed. You will develop really quickly. Right, so cool down. We don't really need to do any stretching of the hamstrings, but we will do. Because it's always good. People's hamstrings always shrink. They always do, you're always using them. So let's go hands down our thighs, bottom back, try and touch those toes. You'll be surprised though, with especially with using the core just there, how tight your hamstrings will be.
1. Cool down.
Excellent, good. Now roll our spine up, one vertebra at a time. Brilliant. Excellent. Right, we're going to do some extended shoulder stretches. So first off, the ubiquitous one, the one which is always ever present in a lot of shoulder exercises, is across the chest, interlace over, pull, and what a lot of people forget is look in the opposite direction. To really pull that shoulder joint. Three, 2, 1, slowly out, swap sides. Three, 2, 1, and down. What we'll do is put our hands, we're just going to put our hand palm in palm, and we're just going to lift our arms backwards. Ever so slightly, that's all we're going to do. Try and keep our shoulder blades down, don't want to hunch up to our ears. Just going to pull it back until you can feel a pull, not until it's painful. If it's painful, then that means that someone's pulling it up for you and they're actually keeping you hostage somewhere. So just be careful. No difference. Brilliant, right. What we'll do now is we'll put our hands down in front, we'll twist our palms out as much as possible and try and get those pinky fingers really facing forward. So it's almost like your shoulder blades will automatically go backwards and your pinky fingers will come out. And you're really going to twist. Excellent, good. So you can feel it across your chest as well, across the front of your shoulders, and you should also be able to feel it running down your biceps. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to reverse it now. We're going to twist round. Try and get our pinky fingers out that way. You will go forward. So for this one, what I tend to do is I tend to push, almost like rounding my back out a little bit. So you're really stretching the muscles just there, in between shoulder blades, called the rhomboids. Excellent, good. Because what you can do is, you can actually interlace your fingers. That way, instead of that way, you do it that way, you can really push out and really stretch that back. Then what you can do is, you can even stretch out to one side. So what you're doing is you're just stretching out, so you're trying to reach something. And then we're going to go to the other side. Two, one, and down. And now what we're just going to do is just work on the traps, just to give those a little bit of a love. We're going to put our head to one side, and down to towards the shoulder. Try not to lift that shoulder up. You're going to get the same hand as you've actually put your head towards, on the back of the head, just to hold it down ever slightly and put a little bit of pressure on. The opposite hand, you're going to try and run it down your thigh, and you should really feel a big pull down there. It should be, I find this very, very nice. It's a very comfortable stretch. If you don't, let it off a little bit. You don't want to be putting too much pressure on your spine. Right, slowly come out of it, change sides. Remember to get that hand down, and you're just putting a little bit of pressure on with these fingers. You're not writhing them, you're not Steven Seagal trying to break someone's neck. Three, two, one, and back up. Nice and easy. Always come out of neck stretches and spine stretches really nice and easy. I feel really nice and loose now. The time's complete. Let's finish. Let's get on with the day. Carpe diem, seize the day. Right, so I'll see you all pre-recorded tomorrow. And I'll see you all live last Wednesday. Yeah, I know, I'm getting used to it now. Right, thank you very much all for coming. I hope you had a really good and healthy and happy, fun time. And I hope you're all going to keep safe throughout the day. And I'm going to see you, basically I'm going to talk to you tomorrow in Step Up. So, see you all. Take care. God bless. Bye for now. I just realised it's almost 150 episodes. Cool.